40 members of a Zimbabwe opposition coalition were arrested Tuesday by the police while actively campaigning for the upcoming elections. The incident occurred in the Glenview suburb of Harare. The coalition members were detained for engaging in activities not initially mentioned in their notification for a rally in that suburb, according to the police. The opposition had previously urged the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission to address the issue of police interference that disrupts their rallies. VOA's Paul Ndiho spoke to Chipo Dendere, Assistant Professor of Africana Studies at Wellesley College in Massachusetts, about the politics in Zimbabwe.
Ruling party, I think, has worked very hard to close political space. It's different, it's not 2008 levels of violence that we've seen in the past, but it's the jailing of opponents. It's that Job Sikalai has been in prison for over a year now, who's one of the top opposition candidates. It's that journalists don't feel like they can report information. It's that, even though the opposition is having these big rallies, most of their rallies have actually been banned. It's that the opposition, when they signed up their candidates, there are quite a large proportion of candidates being told that they're not eligible to participate. So it's these small ways where I think a lot of people were hoping that in the post-Mugabe era, there would be more democratization, there would be more opening of political space, but we're seeing that political space is pretty closed. And for some reason, that the ruling party seems concerned that they cannot win in a free and fair election.
So could we see a scenario where, even though they are worried, on the surface, but they are rest assured that when it comes to election night, they are going to come out victorious?
There have been a lot of questions for the ZAC, which is the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, where people feel they are not confident. ZAC has refused to release a copy of what the ballot will look like. They've refused to give a digital copy of the voters' roll. In the country, voter registration was not a clear-cut process. They closed a lot of voter registration centers. Some research that we did was showing that people would have to travel 10 kilometers just to be able to register to vote, which means that a lot of people simply weren't able to do it. A lot of young people didn't have the funds to go and register to vote. So those are all voters that are disenfranchised. The most important thing is that it should be peaceful. It should be peaceful for the observers so that the observers are not denied right to enter into Zimbabwe. It should be peaceful for voters so that people are not intimidated. There is no violence. Ask the Zimbabwean government to promise that there will be peace next week, that we will not see a harassment of Nelson Chamisa and his party and other opposition leaders. We will not see a harassment of rural voters, of urban voters, and we will not see a harassment of people that are coming into the country to observe the elections. All of those things are critical for Zimbabwe to do better.
Thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you, Paul.